Strategic Bitcoin reserves are happening around the world. $1 million Bitcoin is imminent, coming from Vivek here. As we can see in this post, international race for Bitcoin strategic reserve. The orange dot is completed step. In progress is the triangle. We have Argentina is currently to the legislative process. Brazil went through public endorsement. Legislative process is now in law or policy enacted stage. Chile, Czech Republic, El Salvador has already started acquiring for their Bitcoin reserves. Germany, Hong Kong, Japan, Poland, Russia are all in the legislative process initiated, and Switzerland and the United States have gotten to the law and policy enacted, are in progress. Today, David Sachs and his group, the Crypto Czar, gave a press conference with some major headlines coming out of it. The U.S. Senate calls crypto Internet 3.0, and it's going to be the Internet of value.
America really was the leader when it came to Internet 1.0. It was the Internet of knowledge. And the Internet 2.0, again, it was America that led that for the world, not just for our citizens, but for the world. And that was the Internet of things. And then Internet 3.0 is what we're talking about today. And that's the Internet of value. And we're approaching it in a principled way. Colleagues here mentioned a couple of those. Number one, do no harm, protect consumers, regulatory structure, that certainty. And secondly is foster innovation, because the opportunities are unimaginable.
The opportunities are really unimaginable. Very exciting news. Also, breaking news. We've mentioned this before that there was whispers of this happening. The Bitcoin conference says Costco now sells Bitcoin. ATMs are being installed across America. Just in U.S. Congress about crypto traders. They are not criminals and a bunch of degenerate idiots for sure. For those of you guys out there that take that as a joke, that's totally fine. But this is in progress. This is in regards to the new legislation that will be coming out in the crypto sphere. So just know you're not a criminal if you like Bitcoin and XRP and other meme coins, etc. Just in, Senator Bill Hagerty introduces legislation to establish clear regulatory framework for crypto stablecoins. And during the Crypto Czar press conference, David Sachs says one of the things that the president instructed us to do was evaluate the idea of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. That's one of the first things that we are going to look at as part of the internal working group of the administration.
So one of the things that the president instructed us to do was to evaluate the idea for a Bitcoin reserve, and so that is one of the things. That's one of the first things we're going to look at as part of the internal working group in the administration. So as soon as we get all that set up, we're still waiting for some cabinet secretaries who are on the working group to get confirmed. So we're still in the very early stages of this, but that's one of the first things we're going to look at is the feasibility of a Bitcoin reserve. I think the concept of the sovereign wealth fund is a little separate, and you'd have to talk to Secretary Lutnick, or soon to be Secretary Lutnick, about that.
And this was a major thing that I saw today. Algorand Foundation confirms the entire blockchain is quantum resistant and is ideal for tracking government spending via Doge. And if you guys have been seeing all of this news coming out about Doge, they're finding tons and tons of corruption, tons and tons of fraud within our government, where they were taking our money, our taxpayer money, giving it to other countries through non-government organizations. And the money that was actually allotted to go to those organizations didn't all end up getting to the end user. It actually was siphoned off along the way. Unfortunately, middlemen were taking their money. But if we put all of that transaction on a blockchain, we'll be able to see that and track that as a citizenry of the United States. Breaking today as well, Fidelity has just bought $49 million worth of Ethereum. Whales are loading up on ETH. Has not had that explosion to the upside yet, like all other altcoins have. Hasn't gotten any play this bull market significantly to the upside yet. However, major announcements continue to be coming as major people are buying up Ethereum like crazy. Also, at the press conference today, the Crypto Czar, David Sachs, talks about stablecoins.
Working with both the House and Senate on stablecoin legislation. I know Senator Hagerty introduced a bill today. This stablecoins really have the potential to ensure American dollar dominance internationally, to increase the usage of the U.S. dollar digitally as the world's reserve currency, and in the process create potentially trillions of dollars of demand for U.S. treasuries, which could lower long-term interest rates.
Also, Justin, SEC launches the new Crypto Task Force website to provide clarity for crypto laws. And 1.8 billion is actually 11.8 billion, little typo in the headline here. With more than $11.8 billion shifting between accounts in the last day, the XRP market has seen a significant uptick. Important questions concerning the inner workings of the XRP ecosystem are brought up by this abrupt increase in payment volume. The combination of massive buying and selling may be the cause of the surge, according to the on-chain data. And in fact, when we take a look here, the volume has now gone up to $13 billion. So $13 billion worth of volume on XRP in the last 24 hours. The market recently saw a large sell-off, which caused the price of XRP to plummet. Buyers appear to be stepping in and relieving that selling pressure, though. And the most recent round of transactions suggests the demand may be back on the rise, in line with XRP's recent strong recovery from the lows. This suggests that some investors might be viewing the decline as a chance to finally get in the market and buy it up. The market is still brittle, and more research is required to ascertain whether this is a one-time occurrence or a persistent trend reversal. It is concerning for XRP's future price movement that it has already broken through several important support levels in spite of surging of buying pressure. Before rising again, the asset had hit $1.61 at its lowest point, breaking through the $2.16 crucial short-term support. This breach implies XRP is still high-risk area where more declines are still possible. In the coming days, XRP may even test $1.50 or lower if buyers are unable to maintain the momentum. The market is definitely in a state of flux. Strong interest for XRP is indicative by enormous volumes of transactions, but it's unclear if this will result in long-term recovery or another leg down. In order to verify that recent decline with brief shakeout, XRP may stabilize and rise back above $2.50 if the buying momentum persists. Other headlines, Commissioner Pierce says SEC is evaluating the retroactive relief of past offerings. Mr. Pierce said the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is carving out a new path for cryptocurrency sector, including evaluating security status of crypto assets and potentially providing retroactive relief for certain tokens. According to the February 4th statement issued by Hester Pierce, the White House newly announced Crypto Task Force will embark on a new path for regulating crypto sector. The task force is recommending commission action to provide temporary protective and retroactive relief for coin or token offerings, under certain conditions, including providing and updating specified information and agreeing not to consent to commission's jurisdiction in the event that a case alleging fraud in connection with their purchase and sale of the asset. Pierce also said the task force is reconsidering whether certain assets are securities. The status of crypto assets under the securities law is fundamental to resolving many other questions. The task force is working hard to examine different types of crypto assets. So this is great that they're taking this under advisement, and hopefully the XRP coin will get complete clarification with this new SEC. And in some positive news for liquidity coming back to the market, a distribution notice of FTX digital markets showed that an initial group of claimants could expect the value of their funds to be returned plus interest. According to the February 4th X post, the FTX creditor Sunil, FTX digital markets will begin distribution of funds based on claims from convenience class creditors starting February 18th. The distribution notice provided that Kaveri showed FTX users claimed under 50,000 could expect 100% of their adjudication, as well as a 9% interest per annum since November 2022. And here is that X post. The distribution notice was based on creditor who applied for recovery through the crypto firm BitGo. It's unclear if Kraken, which will also assist in distributing FTX tokens to claim holders, would have the same schedule. Assuming all FTX users complete claims, the exchange could be expected to pay out nearly more than $16 billion. Once one of the largest and most well-known cryptocurrency exchanges in the world, FTX popularity came to a screeching halt within a week of November 2022, when the firm reported a liquidity crisis and was forced to declare bankruptcy. The CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried, resigned his position and was subsequently charged in the U.S. and sentenced to 25 years in prison. So this is great news because when this money is released, the people owning the money may then go buy more coins on the market. $16 billion worth of inflows coming in starting on February 18th. U.S. lawmakers will propose crypto regulations by November. Anthony Scaramucci, the founder of Skybridge Capital and former White House director of communications during President Trump's first term, has suggested that members of Congress will act to curry favor with the crypto industry before 2026 midterm elections. U.S. lawmakers in the House of Representatives and Senate facing primary challenges in closed elections in swing districts will likely want to show a record of proposing positive crypto legislation before 2026. Scaramucci, who famously holds the record of the shortest serving communications director, was vocal critic of Trump in 2024, claiming U.S. president's support of the crypto industry was purely transactional. The Financial Times reported Scaramucci called Trump unwell person who amassed a lot of political power. Will PACs and special interest groups influence this 2026 election? In addition to potentially courting single-issue voters, House members and senators running a re-election in 2026 could face opposition or support from political action committees funded by industry players. The Fair Shake PAC, who spent roughly $131 million on media buys for candidates in 2024, said it was keeping its foot on the gas for 2026 as well. In 2024, the House passed one of the proposed bills to clarify crypto regulations, the Financial Innovations and Technology for the 21st Century Act, or FIT 21. However, the legislation was never taken up for a vote in the U.S. Senate in the 118th Congress. It's unclear if lawmakers will move forward with the bill. So we'll continue to keep a close pulse on what is happening with the political side of crypto, along with the market action in the charts of crypto. So make sure that you follow along with us